Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So two pieces of news, to give you an update on regarding Chelsea Football Club. The first piece of news to give you an update on that Chelsea have lost their appeal against FIFA's decision, to ban them from making any signings in the next couple of windows, because as you all do know, Chelsea had currently got a transfer ban for breaching regulations around the transfer of minors. So now it does mean that Chelsea cannot do any transfer activity this summer. They can't do any transfer activity in January of 2020. Can Chelsea Football Club, because Chelsea I think got fined around £460,000, and I think the Football Association got fined around £390,000. So Chelsea have lost out on their current appeal. So the other breaking news to update you on is in relation to Eden Hazard. Of course, Eden Hazard, has been heavily linked with a move to Real Madrid. I think Eden Hazard is considering, putting in a transfer request, because I think he wants to force the move to Real Madrid this summer. Recent reports have basically said I think that Eden Hazard has agreed the personal terms with Real Madrid. I think the contract term has also been agreed, but the Real Madrid and Chelsea have not yet come to an agreement on a transfer fee. And I think Chelsea are demanding that they want around £100 million for Eden Hazard. I think Chelsea want around £100 million for Eden Hazard, but reportedly Real Madrid are not willing to pay up to the £100 million for Eden Hazard. Some media reports are circulating saying that Chelsea have allegedly turned a couple of bids down from Real Madrid, but I think Eden Hazard is intending on going to Real Madrid this summer, because obviously, Zinedine Zidane, of course, is a big admirer of the player. Obviously, Zinedine Zidane is emphasising his targets this summer, and Zinedine Zidane reportedly is going to get around the £300 million spending spree this summer, because essentially, Real Madrid lost Ronaldo last summer to Juventus after Ronaldo served about 8 or 9 years with Real Madrid. Obviously, Real Madrid want to get rid of Gareth Bale, but I think Gareth Bale is still intending on staying with Real Madrid. So potentially, I think Zinedine Zidane's two main targets, of course, are Paul Pogba and Chelsea's Eden Hazard. But Eden Hazard is intending on making the move to Real Madrid. There has been negotiations going on, between Real Madrid and Chelsea. But Eden Hazard, has been a good servant, to Chelsea Football Club. He's been at Chelsea since 2012. This is Chelsea. This is his 7th season now at Chelsea's Eden Hazard. I think he's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He's scored over 100 odd goals for Chelsea. But now, of course, Chelsea have got this transfer ban, of course, and they haven't won the appeal. Obviously, they'll be desperate, to keep hold of Eden Hazard. And Eden Hazard, you usually see the best of Eden Hazard, on that left-hand side. And, quite a few times this season, Chelsea have played him as a false number 9. I think he's primarily an attacking midfielder, but Chelsea, do mainly put him on the left-hand side. But Eden Hazard is still under contract with Chelsea until the summer of 2020. So potentially, Chelsea would want to cash in for him this summer if they had to, rather than let him go on a free in the summer of 2020. And I think Chelsea have been in talks, to try and get him a new contract. I think Chelsea were willing to offer Eden Hazard around £300,000 a week. But obviously he's refused to sign a new contract as Eden Hazard, and potentially that could have been Eden Hazard's last game for Chelsea, at the weekend against Watford, when Chelsea won by 3-0. Obviously, I think they've got Frankfurt coming up in the Europa League, so this could be Eden Hazard's last game for Chelsea Football Club. But, Chelsea obviously now, they wouldn't want to lose him, because obviously, they can't find a replacement for Eden Hazard, because it's looking likely he's going to be going to Real Madrid this summer. But I think Chelsea are demanding that they want around £100 million. Real Madrid reportedly are not willing to meet Chelsea's £100 million price tag. But as I did say, he's put a transfer request in, but there was a similar sort of situation, to Chelsea's Callum Hudson-Odoi, because you saw back in the January transfer window, of course, that Callum Hudson-Odoi, put a transfer request in, and back in January, Callum Hudson-Odoi was heavily linked with a move to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich were heavily linked with him. Bayern Munich put a host of bids in for him. I think Chelsea turned about 3 or 4 bids down from Bayern Munich. But Callum Hudson-Odoi is only 18 years of age. He's only very, very young. But I think he actually wanted to leave Chelsea, back in the January transfer window, because Bayern Munich, as I said, put 4 bids in. Bayern Munich were seeing him as a long-term replacement for Arjen Robben. And Callum Hudson-Odoi is still under contract with Chelsea till 2020, but Chelsea were reluctant to let him leave in January, and this is why he didn't make his move to Bayern Munich. Callum Hudson-Odoi, could still possibly, leave Chelsea this summer, because there has been quite a few teams interested in him. It did say my club, Manchester United, have been interested in, because I think he's one of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's prime targets. Bayern Munich may be set to revive their interest in him this summer because it was Bayern Munich's priority target, back in the January transfer window. Liverpool have also been in negotiations with Callum Hudson-Odoi's agent, but he's had strong reservations about his game time as Callum Hudson-Odoi, for the majority of this season under Maurizio Sarri. He has been playing more regularly, most recently. He has been playing more like in the cup competitions as Callum Hudson-Odoi. But as I did currently say, there's been quite a few teams interested. I think Chelsea have tried to convince, Callum Hudson-Odoi, to sign a new contract, but obviously he hasn't signed a new contract yet with Chelsea Football Club. So potentially, Real Madrid, of course, want Eden Hazard because it's one of their priority targets, of course, Eden Hazard, and I think Chelsea actually got Eden Hazard from Lille. But so his two main targets, Zinedine Zidane's, of course, are Paul Pogba and Eden Hazard, because obviously, Real Madrid do want to get rid of Gareth Bale. As I said, Gareth Bale, I don't think he's intending on leaving Real Madrid, but obviously he's been linked to a move to Manchester United, for a number of years. But as I did say, I don't want Gareth Bale at Manchester United. If you'd have asked me 2 or 3 years ago, I would have said yeah, because Gareth Bale, his ratio's still very, very good, even though he's an injury-prone player. But now he's aging up. He's nearly 30 years of age. He's on the decline, and if he was to come to Manchester United, he'd just emulate into another Alexis Sanchez. So I wouldn't want him now at Manchester United. This is now his 6th season at Real Madrid. Of course, he's been proven in the Premier League. He had 6 good years with Tottenham when he was young. He began his career with Southampton as a youngster, so he actually learned his trade in the Premier League. Did Gareth Bale, but Real Madrid, of course, do want to get rid of him. And obviously, they're gonna. Obviously, they lost Ronaldo, as I said earlier on in this video. Last summer. So potentially, they want to get quite a few targets in. They were Real Madrid, but as I said, the two main targets are Paul Pogba and Chelsea's Eden Hazard. And Eden Hazard is highly experienced. Of course, how old's Eden Hazard now? He's 28 years of age. But Chelsea, of course, wouldn't want to lose him because obviously now they can't find that replacement for Eden Hazard. So talking about Paul Pogba, that's one of Zinedine Zidane's main targets as well. And I think Paul Pogba is intending on leaving Manchester United this summer, as he has made it clear, because he has told some of his Manchester United teammates he's intending on leaving the club this summer. Paul Pogba, of course, obviously he's one of the best midfielders in the world, when he's playing in the right vein and manner, but his performances most recently, have been way below par, so that just emphasises that he doesn't want to spend the rest of his playing career in England with Manchester United. And Zinedine Zidane's a big admirer of the player. Obviously, Manchester United reportedly want around £160 million for Paul Pogba. Again, Real Madrid are not willing to pay up to the £160 million for Paul Pogba, but as I did say, we could get at least around 120 or £130 million for Paul Pogba, and as I did say, that will help us with our transition, and it will help us in our rebuilding process. Paul Pogba's still got 3 years left on his contract with Manchester United, over 2 years, plus an option of a further year. Manchester United have been in negotiations, to try and get Paul Pogba a new contract, but obviously, it hasn't materialised because he wants to make the move to Real Madrid this summer. And Paul Pogba was talking a lot about Real Madrid, quite a few weeks back, and that just says, he wants to make the move to Real Madrid this summer. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, still insists, he'll be a Manchester United player next season, because obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has spoken to Paul Pogba, and and I think at Manchester United, he's not playing a monster world-class players, and I think this is what Paul Pogba wants. Maybe Paul Pogba, wants to play to the highest level, wants to be up there challenging, and wants to be playing a monster better players, and I think he'll get that with Real Madrid with Paul Pogba. But obviously, last year Paul Pogba was heavily linked with a move away from Manchester United. He was linked with his former club Juventus. He was linked with a move to Barcelona, based on his poor relationship with Jose Mourinho. But of course, in the last couple of weeks, his agent Raiola has been in the process of finding Paul Pogba a new club. But yeah, they're not willing to pay up to the £160 million for Paul Pogba. And as you all do know, it did say Manchester United were demanding Rafael Varane from Real Madrid and Toni Kroos from Real Madrid in exchange of Paul Pogba. So he's demanding at least one of Real Madrid's players if we were willing to do any business for Paul Pogba. And I do really, really like Paul Pogba, and he's looking like he's going to Real Madrid. And a lot of Manchester United fans, will be disappointed about this. Some Manchester United fans, maybe I'm happy about this. But yeah, as I did say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, managed the Manchester United reserve team, watched some of this team at this day and age grow and develop, and one of them was Paul Pogba, and he's built a great relationship up with Paul Pogba as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, he won the World Cup as well, did Paul Pogba. But at least in his last 6 or 7 games, he did okay against Huddersfield, did okay against Chelsea, but before that, his performances way below par. And, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the interim manager in his first 3 months, Paul Pogba, of course, was one of our most influential players. And, of course, Manchester United have tried to also convince him to stay, by trying to give him, the captain's armband on a permanent basis, to convince him to stay at the club. So as I did say, Zinedine Zidane's two main targets are Paul Pogba and Eden Hazard, and I think Eden Hazard has agreed to personal terms with Real Madrid, as I said. I also think the contract term has been agreed, but I don't think an initial fee has yet come to an agreement. But I think Chelsea want around £100 million for Eden Hazard. But as reports do say, Real Madrid reportedly, this is in the Daily Mail, Real Madrid are reportedly not willing to meet his £100 million price tag, Eden Hazard. But potentially, Chelsea wouldn't want to lose Eden Hazard. He's potentially, one of their best players. His work ethic's good, his physicality is good, he scores goals, he provides. He's not much of a team player, is Eden Hazard. Like Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City is more of a team player than Eden Hazard. But Eden Hazard for me is still definitely, one of the best players in the Premier League. Some people say, Eden Hazard is overrated, but we do see the best of Eden Hazard on that left-hand side. But yeah, I think he's going to Real Madrid this summer, because it is said in the media he is considering putting a transfer request in. Is Eden Hazard, and obviously he's got a great relationship with Zinedine Zidane, and obviously when Zinedine Zidane got reappointed as Real Madrid manager, that convinced Eden Hazard more to make the move to Real Madrid this summer. So as it has confirmed, Chelsea did appeal against their transfer ban they got, but as it has currently confirmed, guys, they have lost out on this appeal, so they can't do any transfer activity in the next couple of windows, can Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea back in January, of course, did get Christian Pulisic for around £47 million from Borussia Dortmund. I think they get him in the new season, of course, because he went back to Borussia Dortmund on loan for the remainder of this season, so I think he'll be a Chelsea player in the new season. And of course they got Gonzalo Higuain on loan, did Chelsea, I think they've got the option to make the deal permanent this summer. So yeah, that's really everything to update you on today, guys. Drop your comments likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribing, as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.